bright that is. Oh gosh. Hopefully it'll focus in. Yeah. All right, hello everyone. I know it's a bit of a different camera angle today from my usual live streams, and yeah, but that's actually because of something that I want to talk about. And I just have to go in and grab it to send it to where I want to send it. Hold up. Okay, looks like I'll actually have to go to my channel because this is a current live stream, not a. Oh, I'll just go ahead and. There it is. Yep. So, share, copy link, and I will go into it on my phone to look at the live chat and all that because I can't view my computer as my computer's over there, as I'm using an actual webcam for this. So, yeah. This is the first time I'm ever going to reveal this on stream because I've always been afraid to. I've been afraid to talk about anything relating to my life. Mostly because I've been afraid that I'll just, be ostracized and all that for, essentially being who I am. So, yeah. I'm just getting it ready for it, so I don't know if anyone's actually in the live chat right now because I'm not in it right now. I'm just getting it shared on getting the link shared on Instagram and all that. And yeah. So now that that's been shared, I'm going to go ahead and go to the actual live stream now and look at the chat from my phone. And then hopefully I can answer any questions. Yeah, okay. Ugh. So I can't check who's in chat right now, but and I'm hoping that someone will chat soon so I can start talking about what I want to talk about, because this is actually something that I've been meaning to talk about, but never got the chance to. And people might think, "Oh, you're weird, you're crazy," and I didn't want to deal with that, but now I feel like I can because I want to embrace the dark memes that they're gonna make of me, and I want to be able to embrace it. But there are some things that I'm not going to embrace if they take the memes too far. So yeah. But as the true fans of me know, or at least some people in my social circle know, I have a Reddit account, and let's just say I post some not safe for work stuff there because, I don't really use Reddit as a browsing tool for like looking at memes and all that much. And let's just say that what I do with my own time and my own business is, my business. And if you don't like that and you don't support that, then why the fuck are you even watching? Because that's just who I am. And, nothing's going to change that. If I decide to do a few things that I want to do that I can't post on YouTube, but I can post on Reddit and all that, then, I'm going to do that. And if if you want me to say this pure innocent, no one's pure and innocent in the world, okay? You're going to have to face that. So, yeah. And, you know, looks and all that can be deceiving. But what I'm telling you right now is that the things that I do on Reddit or a few other sites that I'm not going to mention for for fear of getting taken down and all that. Like I said, that's my business, not anyone else's. And if you don't like it, unsubscribe. Don't even bat an eye at me then, because that's fucking stupid. Okay? Hell, I'm not even monetized on YouTube, so I can just say whatever the fuck I want with my swearing because, I'm not monetized. But yeah, I do what I want to do on other sites. And I'm going to say this right now. No, it's nothing illegal. I'm not doing anything illegal online. I want to make that very clear. There's no CP, there's no zoo, anything like that. I don't do that shit. It's fucking gross. So if you were thinking that I'm that kind of weirdo, I'm not. So that's all I really want to talk about is that, I'm a I'm just a normal human being like everyone else. And yeah, I have needs too. And sometimes, being a single guy and having to live in this world that's full of bigotry and hate most of the time, I have to find my own space to relax and all that. And if I happen to just and you happen to find my way of relaxation a little bit bad, or just the slightest bit of a gross encounter, then shut the fuck up. Keep your opinions to yourself. You don't have to spew it everywhere. So, yeah. And of course, yes, people will be rude and will try to cancel me for essentially being who I am. But thing is, I'm proud of who I am. Okay? Of course, I'm not proud of my past actions towards a few people in my personal life. That I don't condone. But I am proud of who I am now. Proud to be, proud to be a YouTuber, proud to do whatever I can do whatever I want to do with my life that doesn't involve YouTube. Sure, I may be living in the slumps of a dead city in a way. Well, it's a rural town, but who gives a shit? Same thing, slumps of a dead city, rural town. It's the same thing. I'm proud. I'm proud to be who I am. And that's just the fact of life. So, if you got any questions for me and all that, then go ahead and send them in the chat. I will answer your questions because I am definitely willing. I'm willing and open to questions. Oh, who am I kidding? There's only one person in the live chat, and that's not even. And I don't even think it's myself. Well, I think it's myself in the live chat because I got it open here, and then but I'm looking at the live chat here on my phone. So I'm essentially talking to no one. That's all it is. I'm talking to no one. Well, I'm talking to you guys, the viewers that are gonna watch this in the future and say, "What the fuck? Who the fuck is this? And what the fuck are they talking about with this live stream?" Or maybe you're coming from Instagram because I posted the link to the live stream on Instagram. Not like anyone useful is going to be watching this, but yeah. But for those of you that are actually interested, the actual content isn't really that bad. As sure you might find it as weird and all that, but I'm portraying it in a you know in a good light. There's no negativity here. This is supposed to be a safe space, okay? And yeah, if you don't like the fact that I'm a safe space for people to vent out their frustrations or vent out their feelings about a certain topic, then fuck off, I'm just waiting for someone to say something in the chat. I guess I should bring up an example of someone who almost got canceled for their past actions of not safe for work stuff. I'm gonna bring up Blippy. You know, you know who he is. He's probably on your TVs right now, or I don't know, maybe your child is watching them on YouTube. But i- if anything, you remember that he used to go by Steezy Grossman or something? Hold up. But yeah, he had a video of him leak to the surface back then, and it was I think it was called Harlem Shake Poop or something. Yeah, and he honestly regrets ever making that video now that he's a children's icon. And yeah, I mean, like, and I am gonna say, plays devil's advocate here. You know, that's his past. That's who he was beforehand. And hey, if he was into that back then that's his business. Shouldn't be trying to rip on him and trying to cancel him for his past and what he did. As now he's not into that kind of shit. Pun intended there, but oh my god, that was so bad. But yeah, Blippi is now who he is, and he's not a poop enthusiast. That's all you need to know. But like I said, with me, it's kind of the same deal. Though I'm not a poop enthusiast. Yuck, that's gross. Yeah, I personally just no, that's not for me. But on the topic of like things like this being shown on YouTube and all that, there seems to be like a huge rabbit hole of fetish content on YouTube. And let's just say, what the fuck? And the way they're getting by this is saying it's educational and it's a what word am I looking for? And they unlist the video and only have it unlisted. Yeah, that's how they get by it. Is that they have it not only either as educational, but they also put it as unlisted and send it to the people who they want to send it to. But that's mostly for like gore content and all that. It's not actually for like it's not for like sexual content or anything like that. Though it does happen for that. It's just that it's mostly gore they do the unlisted thing, but for the most part fetishized content is out there on YouTube if you look hard enough. It is something that happens on YouTube, which I think is pretty weird. I don't know why. I mean, I get it. YouTube used to be non-family friendly. It used to be like this, you know, original thing was broadcast yourself, and that's what people did. They broadcasted themselves. And I was around the time I came into YouTube at like 13, 14 when I was starting out with my first ever channel, which was on my school account. That's all gone now. You can never find any of that because the school deleted every single bit of content. Yeah. So, but back then I was not a great gamer. I wasn't a Geometry Dash master. I was actually really bad at the game. And I haven't even done any Geometry Dash ever since. Let me know if you want to see that on my channel again. I'd definitely be open to bringing back Geometry Dash to my life. and then I, and then also another thing that happened with me is that when my first channel got completely wiped, I then made Dark Kentosu, which was which was supposed to be like my personal channel, not for like school related shit and all that. But that I lost access to that account very quickly for some reason, and I never got to upload anything. And then the final thing is I finally made this channel, Kentosu Army, which I thought so originally I was going to make it Kentosu Brothers, have like Dark Kentosu and Darius Kentosu and all that. Just some like characters I made to be a part of, the channel. But then I ended up, you know, ultimately not doing that, and I called it Kentosu Army. I might try to bring the whole different characters concept back into the channel at some point. I might try to introduce that. But from what I'm doing here now is that I'm just Drax Denko, a YouTuber who runs the channel. I am. But if I want to, I might bring Kentosu Brothers character thing into the channel. I might reintroduce that. And but like for art content, that'd be Costa. Like that's how it would be. I think the main thing that Costa's job would be is to just review fan art for the channel. Like that would be a little thing. Is just Costa reviews your fan art. You know what? I might do that. I might actually bring the Kentosu brothers back just for like reaction content. Of course, I am gonna have to try and do a voice changer thing, which I don't have a voice changer. So that's gonna take a while. But yeah. And Darius, he's supposed to be like the fashion lover and all that. He will technically technically he would review your fashion ideas. That's how he would do it. That's how Darius would go. And I think Dark Kentosu, he'll just be looking at weird dark memes that you guys send in if I don't want to do the whole looking at them myself thing. And then there's gonna be and then Tysoma. I don't know what Tysoma's gonna do, but that's enough for talking about reintroducing the Kentosu brothers. But yeah. And who knows, I might end up having other people voice the Kentosu brothers. That might be a thing. Just to just to give my voice a rest. But that's the problem is I don't have anybody that I can hire for voice acting, and I don't make money, so that's another problem is voice acting. I don't have money to hire people. But yeah, back to what I was talking about before with what I do in my day to day life. So technically, yeah, what I'm saying is that I do what I want to do. It doesn't matter if you love it or hate it. I'm doing what I do outside of YouTube. And I'm going to say it right now. I'm a furry. Okay? Get over it. Everybody already knew that, but I'm a furry. Saying it now, true confession, that's what I am. So, yeah. And I know I'm going to get a lot of ridicule online. I'm probably going to become a lolcow for people. But I don't care. I don't care. And if you guys start harassing me with doing like the whole "oh, I'm gonna figure out where you live" portion, that's when I'll get authorities involved. Because I do not condone doxing, hacking, or any of that shit. And if that's what you're going to do, if you're going to try and dox me, I will take legal action, as that's not okay. So yeah. But I'm just putting myself out there as it's like, this is who I am. Okay? I'm a bisexual furry. Get yourselves together and actually think. Is this really that big of a deal to get your panties all tied in a knot for? No, it's not. This is just a normal thing for everyone. You know, there's furries wherever you walk outside the streets. There's even conventions for furries, and people don't care. Of course, there was at one time at a furry convention. I don't remember which one, but it was like a gas. It was like a propane gas thing, like a propane gas attack that someone tried to pull on them. Not okay, by the way. And I know if you're gonna bring up all the people that have all the furries that have been, technically caught for zoophilia and all that shit. You know, in all honesty, they don't represent who we are. Not one bit. So I'm tired of people associating the bad furries with the good furries, okay? I'm one of the good ones. In all honesty, I should be a safe space for furries and anybody else who feels like they've been ostracized from the world, especially in the world we're living in now. Hell, we may as well be living in the fucking zombie apocalypse at this point. That's how bad it feels like this world is gone. And I know that me identifying as a furry might not be surprising to some of you out there if you know who I am and all that. But like, yeah, I'm just saying I'm just like everyone else. I'm just like me. It's like, I'm just like, like hmm, what's a good analogy for this? I'm just like everyone else out there. A normal human being trying to live life and, you know, trying to spread a bit more positivity in the world because the world needs it. The world needs positivity, and if you can't help contribute to that, then are you really living life to the fullest? Be serious with yourselves and be honest. If you're not trying to make everyone else smile and happy, are you really living your life how you want to live it and living it to the fullest? Or who knows, some of you might be narcissistic assholes and like that kind of shit. You know, bullying others, trying to get them to kill themselves and all that. And if you're honestly like that, then why don't you go back to the Kiwi Farms message boards? As, you know, that's where you belong. With all the other degenerate assholes that love to bully others and get them to kill themselves. And for anyone out there who have been bullied on Kiwi Farms and bullied by the people there and are thinking about it, don't. You still have a lot more to live for. Y- there's people out there that would still miss you even if you took your own life. And it took me like years to figure that out for myself. I've been in that place before. So I know how it feels. Hell, I even had a song back then that I wrote named My Suicide. And it was essentially, me expressing my feelings and how I've been treated back in the day and how I felt. So I'm essentially now saying, like, you don't have to feel like it's the only way out. You still have a lot more to the world that you can give. No matter what. No matter what the people on Chewy Farms say, no matter what people in real life tell you, you have a purpose. And you deserve the life you have. So, whether you have anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts or anything like that, I'm a safe space for that. And, you can vent out your feelings of frustration in my comment section. I'll be there in my comment section all the time. Whenever someone says something, I always make a chance to try, like, unless I'm busy with something or something like that. But I always do my best to look at every comment, to like like the comments that I see that are good, that or like that. I heart comments when they're big and positive and all that. And if anyone, and I mean if anyone is going through a tough time right now, maybe you just need to hear it, but I care about you all. And, you know, my viewers are the only things that have really made me feel like I've actually done something with my life and actually want to continue with YouTube. You guys are the driving force. And oh god, I'm getting emotional from this. Oh my god. And honestly, I don't know what I'd ever do without you guys. I know that if you may not know me personally in life and all that, but from one YouTuber to all the YouTube viewers out there and everyone else who been through the tough times like I have, we're not so different. We've all been there. We've all had points where we've hated life. And those moments make us stronger. And in the words of Citizen Soldier, why aren't I bulletproof? But you don't have to be bulletproof. And, I try my best to make sure everyone feels included. And I'm just going to reply quickly to a message I just got. Hold up. All right. So, yeah. Uh, okay. Really? Laughing emoji? All right. I think I've done that whole thing. uh, maybe they're not too bad. I don't know. Okay, that actually kind of made me funny. That in dark in the dark conversation I'm talking about right now, it's kind of that's kind of a funny message to get. That actually made me laugh. Even I can joke about myself. Hell, even I've made the occasional furry joke about myself, not on camera, but towards myself in other ways. Online, not online though, like just in private. I've made those jokes to myself. So, but it's good dark humor, you know. I learned to live with dark humor, and I hope everybody can take away the message I'm trying to say here is that don't be afraid to be yourself and live life how you want. That's not illegal. Be the best person. Be the best you. You've got this. Because every single one of us is a shining star in the sky. And every time the sky loses a star, we lose another great person in the world. Or at least I think that's how it should go, right? So, yeah. So, I hope you all enjoyed this live stream. It I really didn't get any questions or any live chat real live chat viewers. I don't know why. But yeah, like I said, hope you all have a terrific day out there and you know, live your life to the fullest, everyone. This is Drax Denko of Kentosu Army, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out, everyone.